Micheline from Micheline Makes again. This is a bit of a mishmash of, well, it might not be. Let's see how far I get before I stop. The fabric that I'm wearing has a little story to it, so I'm going to tell you all about it. You've heard me mention Jenny Flake before. Well, she contacted me a few weeks back and she said, there's a man that I know that sells fabric very cheap. He does it £2 a metre, £2 to £3 a metre. Would you be interested in any fabric? And I said, oh yeah, that would be great. And she says, well, I don't know, you have to just take what's available, and there might be some nice things or there might not. I'll look for, first of all, she said, I'll get you some denim. So she got me some stretch denim, and I'll put a little video up here to show you what it looked like. I can't remember how many metres she got me. I think it was 2 or 3 metres. So I've got some lovely stretch denim. But the funny thing was, she said, I don't know what he's called. She says, so we just call him Yer, Y-E-R. And she says, and I said, why do you call him Yer? And she said, well, it's all he keeps saying. When you're talking to him, he goes, Yer, Yer, Yer. So she says, we decided to call him Yer. And this guy has so much fabric. I think he works off the markets. He makes clothes for larger ladies, and he has lots of spare fabric. And she reckons that he sometimes has fabric that's offcuts from the big companies, the people who make clothes for the bigger companies. So he has quite a lot of fabric. And this is one of the pieces that she gave me. And this is, guess what colour it is? Green. Well, she sent me it and I thought, oh, I don't know if I like this, I don't know if I like this. But I thought I'll make something out of it. Now, this started off as being something different, but as ever, I didn't decide to change the pattern. This changed the pattern for me. So let me go into more detail. I cut the pattern out, and the pattern I cut out was a new pattern I haven't shown you yet. Where is it? Because I'm going to do a pattern haul later on in probably another vlog. But the pattern that I had that I quite fancied making was that one. New Look N6621. And I was going to do this one with the possibility of a belt, but I thought I'll see what it's like to start with and we'll just take it from there. So I'm in my workshop, which is outside the house, and because it was cold that particular night, it was one of those rainy nights and the kind of night you didn't want to go into your workshop. So I cut the fabric out on my dining room table in my other room, and quick brief look at the instructions, and I thought, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I shall just go and come into the sewing room and sew it. So, first mistake. Front should have had a seam down the middle. I didn't put a seam in. I put it on the fold. I cut it on the fold. So when I cut it on the fold, and I thought, right, okay, I didn't take anything with me. Shoulder seams, sew down there, and then I don't think I did the side seams yet, but I thought shoulder seams, yeah, do the shoulder seams, and then, as you can see, it's got to gather around the neck. But I forgot about the gather around my neck, didn't I? So between going from where I cut it out to coming in here, I sewed the shoulder seams, and then I thought, right, let's try it on. And when I tried it on, it was gaping down here, and I'm thinking, what on earth is the matter with this? This is way too big, way too big. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I lifted the shoulder seams up, and I sewed along further down. I think I must have lifted about 2 inches. No, I lifted 1 inch first. And then I thought, well, it was still baggy around here. So then I lifted them up another inch here. And then, so I got this nice round neck here, which goes to about there. And I was thinking, well, that looks rather nice. I like the sleeves. I like this, but I'm not so sure about this neck bit. So then I thought, right, I'm going to do a wide neck, a really wide one, and I'm going to put a little V in it there. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a kind of a V. There's a seam up the middle there, and there's actually the seam up that side, but not up that. Oh, there's a seam up both sides, because I wanted it to kind of curve up my neck. But obviously this fabric is a little bit thin, and floppy jerseys, cotton jersey, and cotton jersey doesn't have the elastane like polyester jersey. So I made this neck go up like that, and then when I finished, I thought, oh, I actually like it. It's rather nice. I don't know if you can see it from here. I'll tilt that down a bit so you can see. But I'll put a video up here to show you me wearing it outside. But it's fairly long. It's like a baggy jumper, baggy top. And I'm very pleased with it. So so the fabric, I didn't think I would like it. I think I like this, the way that it's got this pattern going down here. And the green, not too bad. I've got enough material to make another top with this, but I haven't decided. I've got some ideas, and I'm not going to tell you about it until I make it. But this was fabric number 1. Then she gave, I'm going to show you all the fabrics that I bought them from her, all the fabrics that she sent me. She sent me a list with pictures. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4, this is number 5, and so on. And I said, well, I like them all. Just give me, you know, if what you don't need, I'll have whatever's left. I've got a cat down here. I don't know if you can see her. I'll bring it down a bit further. Do you want to be in on the picture? Do you want to be in on this, eh? Should I go a bit more to that side so you can see what's going on? Yeah. Shall we see what's going on there? What's that? Is that pussycat there? If I do that, can you see that pussycat? Yeah. Can you see that pussycat there? What will we do? Anyway. She gave me a choice of I think it was about 7 or 8 fabrics. And I said, oh, I like them all, but you take what you want and then just give me what you don't want. So the next thing I knew, I got quite a bag full of quite a few fabrics. I got a big spool of elastic, 1 inch, I think it was 1 inch wide elastic, and I got a bag full of fabrics. I'm going to show you the fabrics that she gave me. First of all, she asked me if I liked African fabric, and I said yes. So she said, he's got some little bits, but I'll send them to you. And there was this kind of thing. Nothing, not to make anything in particular out of. I've got some ideas in my head for Christmas or for other things, but this was the first one. Just a scrappy piece that you had of blue Ankara. It's been washed and I haven't ironed it yet, but I love the colours. The colours are vibrant. There's a fault down there, but that doesn't bother me because it's just certain. I'm thinking of making something small with that, and that's as much as I'm going to say. And then she gave me some other ones, exactly the same kind of pattern. Oh no, they're not. Then there's this orange and yellow, about a metre, just less than a metre I think. Yeah, it's probably about a yard or a metre. And that again, lovely things. I've always wanted to try some Ankara fabric. It is a stiff cotton, so yeah, I think it's got great ideas for what to do with those. Not going to be tops, but going to be something else. And then this one is a red one, or red and turquoisey green. Lovely colours, aren't they? Beautiful colours. There's a bit more of this than the other ones. About a yard again, but it seems to have a bit more fabric. Veritable wax block prints, high target they're called. But yeah, that's gorgeous. So that was one batch that she sent me. Then as I say, she sent this, and I've got enough to make another top with. Oh, and there's a yellow, and have I done this one? No, this is another one. Yellow and green. Another one with little donuts on it. Donuts, yellow and green. So those were 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, and then the turquoise, which is just a scrap, but still potential to do something with it. Then she gave me this one, which she's made a top of, and I'm going to show you the top that she's made. She's made a batwing top, and I'll tell you about that pattern in a minute. She gave me this, and I was going to do a top with it. It's beautiful, this is these are all jerseys, and there's about 1.5 meters to 2 meters, I think. It's very wide. I could get a dress out of this. Beautiful colours, and it's a cotton jersey, I think. It feels like a cotton jersey. It's not a polyester jersey, which is what I like, because I am finding that in the summer when I have a polyester jersey, I get very, very hot wearing it. So I'm decided I'm going to try this summer and wear cottons, wear linens, cottons, and cotton jerseys rather than polyester jerseys, and see if that makes a difference. It's kind of post-menopausal. I mean, I've been past the menopause for a good number of years now, but when the summer comes and it's really hot, I can't cope with the heat. And I used to, but I can't now. Then there was this one, and this is about just less than 1 meter in length, but it's very wide, very wide. Another probably top I'll make out of that. And as I say, this year, I've got, she sent me pictures of of all his machines and his fabric, and he just loves sewing. He just enjoys sewing. But I loved the way she kept in his code year. So this is what I've got left of this green, and again, there's a good, well, that's the width. And there's a good, if I go down the side, that's the length there is. So there's enough to make something else. Then she gave me another black and white. This is another one, about the same length as as this one, same length as that one, but this one is more white than black, let's say. Leopard type print. Again, probably a top with this. And then the next one that she gave me was this one. And this is a very now there's an awful lot of this. There's about, what, 2 to 3 meters of this. This is doubled. So that, no, it's about 2.5 meters, and that's a lovely flower. I don't know if you can see it. It's a flowery top. That would make a lovely dress. Such a lot of it, and it feels a very good quality jersey. It's not. It's just got a lovely. It's got a lovely feel to it, and it sews beautifully. So that's that one. Then she gave me this one, which is a grey. And I like that one as well. And so again, enough, almost 2 meters here. I think she kept half and gave me half. Or she gave me quite a bit anyway. And this one, now I don't know what to do with this. I've got some ideas, and it's like a pleated what I would call crimply, and it's pleated. See if I can find it there. It's like a pleated effect, and not what I would normally wear, but I've got some ideas. I'm still working on that. If you've got any good ideas, let me know. It's a bit see-through, but I think it would look, maybe it's a cardi type jacket, you know, some kind of jacket for just to put on a summer's day, just to cover up whatever you're wearing. But I think if you had that as a cardi jacket, you wouldn't have to have anything that clashed with it, let's say. So that has yet to be decided on what to do. This pile's getting higher. And then she gave me another one, which was a green tiger effect. Now there's more than that, but I I said to her on Instagram, I said, I like that batwing top. What, you know, what pattern is it? And she told me which pattern it was, and I got it. And now I've got to find where the pattern is. I can't find the pattern. I'll put the pattern up there when I find it. I can't find it. I made a batwing top from the same pattern as her, and this is it. But the difference between hers and mine is, hers had a waistband. The pattern has a waistband there, and I didn't want to wear a waistband. I wanted to turn it into something like a kind of baggy top. I wouldn't say baggy because it's quite fitting in a sense. And I'll put a picture up to let you see. See me wearing it, put a video up to let you see me wearing it, and I loved this. I thought it was really nice, so I will be making more of this style. The batwing really looks nice. So that was the green, and as I say, that fabric is absolutely lovely. Now I've done this in a different way. I've done this one with the grain that way, and yeah, I've done it with the grain that way, and it washes, it doesn't make any difference. I made the cuffs a bit smaller, and instead of the cuff on the bottom, I just took the hem up. Love that. I really like that. Now the next one, she then sent me some fabric, and with it she sent me, it was actually an offcut from a top that she'd made. She said, I'm going to send you what's left of some fabric, and if you want it, if you can make something out of it, do that. And she also sent some lace, and this was the lace to go with the fabric. And I foolishly didn't incorporate the lace. I wish I had. I kept looking and thinking, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And in the end, I didn't incorporate the lace, but I will do with something else, because this is absolutely beautiful. It's like a stretchy lace. Stretches that way, but not that way. And it's like a, if I get it, hold it up singly, you'll be able to see what it's like. And it's in the most beautiful peach colour, or skin kind of colour. And I was tempted to use the sleeves. I was tempted to make the sleeves out of the next top that I made, but instead I did it all in one piece. Now the top that I made was a what was the top? The top that I made was a black jumper type top that I'd got from Sainsbury's a few years back, and I loved the shape of it. I loved the way that it hung. I loved the style of it, and I thought, right, I'm going to trace it off. And as I was tracing the jumper off, it reminded me of when I was 14 or 15, and I was just starting to do sewing. And I was dead proud of myself sewing. And I had a very good friend who sadly is not here with us anymore. She died when she was in her 20s, I think it was. And she didn't show a great deal of interest in sewing the way that I did. We had a summer dress that we had to wear. It was a gingham summer dress. And you could wear basically whatever style you wanted. Most of the time it was straight up and down. And I think I had put a little waist in and had it going out slightly. And and I was chuffed to bits because I was learning to sew, and I'd made this little dress myself. It had sleeves, it had a little white collar, little Peter Pan type collar. It had it was in pale blue gingham, and it looked really nice. And that was the colour, the school colours. We had to wear a pale blue. Anyway, my friend Millie had never sewn very much, and she said, I think I might make myself a dress. And I was thinking, oh, she'll never be able to do it, she'll never be able to do it. And I said, well, do you want to borrow my pattern? And she said no, because she was a big girl. She was, in those days, you wouldn't say she was a big girl, you'd say she was stout, what I would call stout. She wasn't fat, she was stout. She was a big boned. We used to say a big boned. And she turned up. She worked over the weekend on this dress, and on the Monday morning she turned up with this most beautiful dress on. And I said, wow, what pattern did you use? And she said, I didn't. I traced round one of my other dresses and I sewed it up from that. And I was so jealous of her because I didn't know how. For years and years I kept thinking, how did you trace round it, and how did you do that, and how did it turn out exactly right, and how did it turn out to look so lovely? And so for years I kept thinking, oh, I daren't do that, it's something I daren't do. But tracing round a garment that you like is actually a good idea. So anyway, I traced round this jumper, and it was a black jumper, and I ended up using this fabric, and this was, I'll put a picture up of Jenny Flake's top that she made with this fabric, but this is the fabric that I made from Jenny Flake's, what she'd given me. Again, I didn't have enough material. She gave me a big piece, and then she gave me a few odd scraps. Now, I don't know if I've got the odd scraps here. She gave me some scraps like this. There was pieces like this that she had left over. So she gave me all the bits. And what I found was, I managed to cut this out. It's basically, this is the front. The front has a little side panel piece that goes, it's like a triangle. I don't know if you can see, but it goes under this. Let me see if I can hold it. I'll take the coat hanger out and I'll show you it this way. Right, if I turn this way, so I'm holding the front and the back. That's the front and that's the back. And I'm lifting the sleeve up here. There is, in the armpit, there's a little joint there, and then there's a panel that goes down under the arm, right the way down. I don't know if you can see, it's like a triangle. It goes, where am I? It goes down there, along there, and up there, and it goes under the arm. And on one piece, I was actually not on the panel piece, but it was on the back piece, I didn't have enough fabric. So on this back piece, you know me, the lady that puts pieces in, little triangular piece there, little triangular piece there, and then the same applied with the sleeves. Oops, I've got a stray thread that I haven't cut off yet. The same applied with the sleeves. Let me turn this inside out. To let you see the sleeves. That was the sleeve. It was made up of two pieces, one front piece with a seam along the shoulder, and two pieces, another piece there. And if you look, I had to put a tiny piece in there, but this one I didn't zigzag round, I just straight stitched round it and basically patched it in. So in there, let's see if you can see it. On that side is a patch. Now I don't know if you can see the patch. The patch is there, runs down there, and it's into the seam. into the arm seam. And so because jersey doesn't fray, I got away with it. And I'll show you a little video of how I was cutting the pattern, and I knew there was a piece was going to be missing, and so I patched it up with that. I do love this outfit. I will be making more of this one. I shall look and I've still got another thread here. I do love it. I will be making more of it. I think, to be honest, I think the fabric that Jenny sent me really sets it off. Really, really lovely. It's my favourite khaki green. This is the kind of green I like, khaki green, peaches, and it's lovely. And what a shame I didn't incorporate this into it somehow, because that would have looked lovely. But because that teams in lovely with the leaves there. But I'll find another use for that lace. I definitely will. So that was this one, and this is almost like a little dress. So I've left it long because then I can wear it in the summer with a pair of white leggings or something, just to wear, you know, in the sun. And so that was that one. So I have managed to get, and I will get a lot more garments out. I'm really pleased with these garments, and I'm pleased with the fabric that Jenny got me, and Jenny got it from you. You. And as I say, I shall show you, I think somewhere along here I'll be showing you what the tops that Jenny's made with the fabric as well. Now there was something else. We often go down to visit my husband's mother, who lives in Leeds, and we went to this, it was around about the end of January, and we went to this, to Next, and Next had a sale on. And we wandered around, and he pointed to the most horrendous jacket and said, "Oh, I like that." I think I took a video of it because it was so horrible. So we've come into TK Maxx because we're going to get pet food from next door for the cats, and so he said, let's go and look in TK Maxx. So he said, I wandered off one way, he went the other way to look at the men's trousers, and we can't see any that are decent. And then he said, I've seen a lovely jacket that I really like, but you won't like it. So he showed me it. It's the most disgusting jacket I've ever come across. Show them the jacket. It's silver and black, and look at the back of it. Oh my God. I did say to him, I says, there's no, if you buy that, there's no way I'm going to be with you. I could wear it on stage. No, you're not. They'd love it. No, they'd laugh at you. And I wonder, and he wonders why whenever he picks something, I go, no, I don't want that. We just heard on the news tonight that our town has had its first coronavirus person who's contracted coronavirus, and we both looked at each other and went, oh. And his lordship has bought some disinfectant, and he's taken it to work, and he is cleaning every surface that anybody touches, anybody who comes into the building touches. He wanted a showroom when we moved into the building. I said, let's not have a showroom, and he said, yes, I want a showroom. And I said, well, why do you need a showroom? We're an online business. Why can't we just be an online business? And he said, no, I've got to have a showroom. So he insisted on having a showroom, and I said, if you have a showroom, you serve the customers, I'm not. So of course, every time the doorbell goes, I'll go, Brian, customer, Brian, showroom. Because I've spent, when I used to look after my father's business, I used to have loads of customers come in, and one day I'll tell you the story about customers, with why I can't be bothered with customers. But so of course he's bought a bottle of disinfectant, and every time a customer comes in, as soon as they've gone, he's straight to wash his hands. 2 minutes washing his hands, then he picks up the disinfectant and he's wiping down all the surfaces. And he keeps saying, I don't want to catch this, I don't want to catch this. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to love you, and I'm going to leave you and catch you next time. Bye.